This is what my chest used to look like. It was flat, undefined, and overall just looked terrible. And this is what my chest looks like now. 8 months later, larger, more defined, and just better looking. So in this video, I'm going to go over exactly how to grow your chest. Because who doesn't want an absolutely massive chest? And for those of you who don't know me, my name's Raventh, and I went on my own bulking journey, going from 52 kilograms and skinny to 72 kilograms and more muscular. Part 1. Anatomy of the chest. First, let's go over the anatomy of the chest, or in other words, the muscles that make up the chest. The chest consists of 3 main parts. The upper chest, which is the most important for aesthetics, and the one that's most underdeveloped for most people. The middle chest, which is not as important for aesthetics, but is well developed in most people. And the lower chest, which isn't important for aesthetics, which is generally the most overdeveloped for most people. And now we know the anatomy of the chest, we can move on to part 2, the function of each part of the chest. Now we need to know what each part of the chest does, so that way we know what exercises we need to do to emphasize each part of the chest. So the chest as an overall can perform 2 movements. A fly movement, which emphasizes a really deep stretch, but not a massive contraction. And a press movement, which generally has less of an emphasis on the stretch, and more so on the contraction at the top. And to target each part of the chest, it's really simple. You need to press upwards and incline to target the upper chest. Press perpendicular or at a flat angle to target the middle chest. And press downward or at a decline to target the lower chest. But keep in mind, whatever exercises you do, it's going to target all 3 parts of the chest, very slightly, just not as much. However, science has shown that any incline, or in other words, any upper chest movement, also targets the middle and lower chest just as well. So if you wished, you could just do all upper chest movements, and you'd still build an amazing chest. Now we know the muscles in the chest, and how they work, we can move on to part 3, exercises for each part of the chest. Now that we know what each part of the chest does, we can decide on what exercises target each part of the chest. But remember, any upper chest exercises targets middle and lower chest just as well as a middle or lower chest isolation exercise. So to put that into perspective, an incline barbell press works the lower and middle chest just as well as a flat barbell press. But the incline also works the upper chest, which is the advantage. For the upper chest, you can do any incline movement. For example, an incline barbell bench press, incline dumbbell bench press, incline machine press, incline cable chest fly, incline machine chest fly, and many others. For the middle chest, you can do any flat movement. For example, a flat barbell bench press, flat dumbbell bench press, flat machine press, flat cable chest fly, flat machine chest fly, and many others. And finally, for the lower chest, you can do any decline movement. For example, a decline barbell bench press, decline dumbbell bench press, decline machine press, decline cable chest fly, decline machine chest fly, and many others. But keep in mind that in most cases, the lower chest does not need to be targeted directly, as it gets worked more than enough in all your upper and middle chest pressing movements. And also, it's not that important for aesthetics. So now you know the muscles in the chest, how they work, and the exercises you can do for them. It's time for part 4, how to plan your chest training. A big mistake lots of people make with chest training is doing too much volume. Because they'll do like 5 exercises, 5 sets each, every single session, when the chest simply doesn't need 25 sets of volume to grow. Instead, what you should be doing is doing a lower volume, higher intensity approach. And instead, do 6 to 12 sets for the chest and push them all to or close to failure. So this is what you're going to do. You're going to choose one upper chest press, do that first in the workout for 3 sets of 6 to 10 reps. The reason we do this first is because the upper chest is the most important part of the chest for aesthetics, so we do it first in the workout. Next, you're going to do a fly of your choice. This can be an upper chest fly or a mid chest fly. It's up to you. However, I recommend that you do an upper chest fly. And you're going to do this for 2 sets of 8 to 15 reps. Finally, you're going to do your choice of a flat press. Or if you only want to train your upper chest, then you can do another incline press. And you're going to do this for 2 sets of 8 to 12 reps to finish off the workout. And you're then going to do this exact routine twice per week. If possible, do different exercises on the second day. So this is what this could look like. Monday, you do an incline barbell press, pec deck fly, and an incline machine press. Then train other muscles. And then on Thursday, you do chest again. And this time you do incline dumbbell press, incline cable chest fly, and flat barbell bench. This way you have enough rest between the 2 training sessions. However, you can change this according to the equipment you have access to and how many days a week you train. So that's the full guide I would give my younger self on how to grow a chest. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.